Yes, they are going to meet a bunch of Black Americans who have a lot of money. If they find an entry level position, well, more than likely they will have a Black supervisor somewhere or someone Black they're working with who is, yeah, yeah. But a lot of them are going to the state of Texas, from what I hear. And Texas needs farmers badly. And a lot of them want to continue farming because they were farmers in South Africa from what I read, and they want to continue farming here. Now, I doubt they're going to be in quote unquote elite area. That's true. They're going to be put up somewhere in, according to what I read, some hotels or in an area which may not be elite. Now, it's pretty complex here in the United States of America because we have so many people, but there are some white people who really do not like immigration and immigrants, okay? And a lot of those people are going to be upset. Government assistance has been taken away from them ever since this new administration got into office. And so they're watching as this administration brings in white refugees from South Africa to give them what they already had back in South Africa, to give them work, free place to stay, free food, diapers, everything. Okay. And a lot of white people are not going to be okay with that because a lot of white people have lost their jobs behind this administration. And now this same administration is telling them that instead we're going to give the South African, the Afrikaners, your job. Plus, we're going to pay their rent. Plus, we're going to give them food. So basically, a lot of white people believe it's a slap in the face. So they're in for a bunch of stuff when they come here. But as far as Black Americans are concerned, if they're just used to seeing what they see on television or believing a stereotype, when they get to the United States of America, they're going to realize everything they believed was a lie. I read somewhere that 40,000 USD was good money in South Africa for white South Africans. Well, here it's not. They're going to see the prices, and depending on their ages, they're probably going to want to be on the first flight back because they're going to have to work in order to support themselves eventually, or there's going to be a whole issue. And $40,000 a year is not going to get you the elite status you want. That's the lower part of middle class. The higher part of middle class is upwards of $150,000. All of that's middle class, but there's a high end and there's a low end. And then what you can get with that money depends on what state you choose to live in. If they decide, hey, we don't want to live in Texas, we want to move to New York, well, they're broke. So, yeah, there's a lot of changes. There's going to be a lot of changes. I'm not sure if they understand how the United States actually works. Hopefully, they looked it up. But the one thing they're not going to be able to avoid, unless they live in a sundown town, is people like me. Welcome to the United States of America.